Watch this. I'm going to take this Instagram handle, just one username, and I'll get her real name, the city she lives in, her phone number, and every other account she's ever made online. I got all of this through OSINT, open source intelligence. Basically all the public information that's out there about you online, scattered across the internet. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how it's done. But before we go any further, everything I'm about to show you on this video is done on my own accounts. Don't do this with malicious intent. OSINT by itself is legal, but the second you start using it to stalk, harass, or even scam someone, that's where you cross the line and it becomes illegal. Let's begin. The first one I want to show you guys here is called Osintgram, and it's pretty popular. It has 12,000 stars on GitHub, and it does one thing very well. You give it one singular Instagram username, and it pulls back everything Instagram is publicly leaking on that account. Without wasting much time, let's just scroll down and begin with the installation. And we can either just clone this right here and paste to our terminal, or we can go up here and click the big green button and copy the web URL, then go to our terminal and just type git clone and then paste in the web URL we just copied. And while this is cloning, scroll down and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Once done, we cd into the tool, cd o, and then tab to fill it up by itself. Press enter. Let's clear this up first and then list the files. And here inside the tool, we can see a bunch of files and folders, and one of them is requirements.txt. This means we have a bunch of dependencies to install so the tool can run smoothly without any errors. And also in the installation guide, right here we see it. We first need to make a virtual environment to install the dependencies. So we copy this and we just paste into our terminal, we hit enter. Now we load the virtual environment that we just created, and to do that we go to the installation page again, and in the fourth section, load the virtual environment. If you're on Windows, you use this command right here, but since I'm on Kali Linux, I use source to activate it. I copy this section, then paste it in my terminal, right click, paste to clipboard, and by this part right here, you know it loaded successfully. Now all that's left to do is install the dependencies. Install the requirements.txt. To do that, we just copy right here pip install -r requirements.txt. We copy it, paste it on terminal, send it, and it takes a bit to install. After it's done, we clean up the terminal so it's nice and clean. And now we're almost done, but there's one more thing. We need to pull the data somehow from Instagram. And then the sixth step, right here we see it. Open the credentials.ini file in the config folder. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. There's the files, going inside config, there's the files again. And here we see it, credentials.ini, nano credentials, and a tab. Inside we have three fields, username, password, and hiker API underscore token. There's two ways we can pull the data. Either we log in into our normal Instagram account using our username and password, or we use a hiker API token. In my opinion, using your own Instagram account is a very bad idea because Instagram is very aggressive and cracks down on bots. And as soon as the tool starts pulling data, the Instagram is going to think this account is a bot, either going to lock it or ban it completely. So we should go with the hiker API token. We get the token or the access key that we need directly from the website, and it says in the paragraph right here, use hiker API token from the website. Right click, open new tab. First 100 requests are free after registration and confirmation with your Telegram. Let me show you. When you go to the site, you get redirected to the tokens page, and I already did it and I'm all logged in, and here's my access key, my token that I need. Don't try to use it, it's going to be deleted after this video. But once you're here, scroll down, go to the Telegram page, and just verify with a bot, do /start. Once you're verified, come here and you're gonna have your access key here. And in your terminal, just go ahead and paste in your token you just got, and then save it and exit. Let's just clear the whole thing up. And now we're set up and ready to go. And for the last step, all we have to do is just run the main file, main.py. So python3, main.py, and target username. The Instagram username of the target to spawn an interactive prompt. Let's go ahead and do that. So python3 main.py, and then the target username, the Instagram account that I definitely didn't make up, it's not one of my alternate accounts, named miss.firewall. Yeah, when I made this account, I thought the username would be pretty funny. Now it's just kind of cringe, I can't lie. But let's just send it. It's in config folder, let's just exit it. And then clear it again, and let's run it again. Python3 main.py miss.firewall. After it's ran, we can see right here it connected to the hiker API first, and then it found the target, miss.firewall, and then her Instagram ID. Scroll down, we first should type list to show all the commands we can run. So let's just do that, list. And here we can see a bunch of commands, starting from address, get all registered address by the target photos, clear cache with the tool, a bunch of stuff. But first, let's just run info to get basic information on the target, info. And here we have some information again, basic ones like the ID of the Instagram, full name, Miss Firewall, her bio, hello, my name is Miss Firewall, I must have misspelled it, and this is my personal blog. Followed 0, it has 4 followers, 2 photos posted, business account. It is a business account, so it is a personal blog. Verified account, false, and here we have her HD profile picture, a full HD profile picture of her profile. And here we have it, her profile picture. It's a girl with a firewall face. Anyways, let's just move on to the next one. Let's do something like address. Get all registered addresses by a target photos, ADDRS. And here, woohoo, we found one post with an address and the address right here. But she probably didn't give her full address on the post. And we can see right here, let me go to the profile. Instagram missed out firewall. I'm already logged in, so I can show you guys. And here we have the post, and in the location, it says Anthony, Texas. But why does it say a full address in our terminal? What most people don't know is that these locations right here, users create them. Normal users like you and me. And then when they create them, they first have to drop a pin on an exact location. Then they can name that location whatever, like Anthony, Texas. When a user goes to create a post, Instagram suggests the closest pin near that person. It might say Anthony, Texas, but behind that is an exact location, an exact address, a pin. So when the user was choosing a location and saw Anthony, Texas, she was like, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to choose that, without knowing that in the background, she actually doxed herself and gave out her full location. And then we can go ahead and actually copy this location and then go to our Google Maps so I can show you, google.com/maps. And then we go ahead and paste in our location we just copied. And then we see the pin right here. This address is showing to this location right here, RV Jones, Carolina. And when we go back to the Instagram page, here we see a sign, welcome to Texas. Let's just search for that sign to see exactly where it is. Our address that we extracted is right here. Let's go look up for the sign, welcome to Texas sign. Our pin is right here, and the welcome to Texas sign is right here. So she took her picture here, then went on Instagram to post it, searched for a location. Instagram saw the nearest pin to her was named Anthony, Texas, suggested it to her. She thought, yeah, that's where I'm at, Anthony, Texas, I'm gonna choose it. Without thinking much, but in the background, she actually doxed herself. Now let's try something else. Let's try something like following email. She doesn't have followers, let's try following email. This gets all the emails of users followed by the target. Let's copy that and then paste it right in. And here we got 3 out of 4 emails from her following list from Hack the Box, Network Chuck, and David Bumble. These were the first people that came to mind when I first made the account, but that's besides the point. What we got here is super important during an information gathering, because now we have leverage. We have something we can pivot to when we hit a roadblock or a wall. Now we can always send nice personalized emails or DMs pretending to be Miss Firewall to her friends. Let's imagine these are her friends. And now we can do, for example, hashtags and get some hashtags on her posts. For example, farm girl, family, Texas, road trips. So now we know she likes road trips, she's a farm girl, she lives in Anthony, Texas, and we can make nice personalized DMs or emails to her friends pretending to be her, so we can gather even more information on her. Now, since we mapped out where she's been, her friends, her hobbies, the most obvious thing would be to look for different accounts so we can extract more information. And the tool for that is Sherlock. I've already covered it in one of my other OC videos, but I'm going to cover it again. And what it does is that simple. You give it a single username and it looks through over 400 websites to check if that username exists. You can also give it multiple usernames. You can specify which sites you wanted to go through. You can even give it a TXT file full of usernames that you wanted to search. And to top it all off, you can even search through NSFW websites. And to install it, we can either just copy this, pip-x install Sherlock project, or we can just go to our terminal and type pip install Sherlock. For me, it says the requirements already satisfied because I already installed it. But first, let's just see the usage. Let's see what we can do with Sherlock. Just type Sherlock -help, and let's just scroll up to see what we can do. Usage Sherlock. We have to type Sherlock, and everything here in square brackets is optional. It's optional parameters. We don't have to give them, except one, the username. We obviously have to give it the username so you can search for something. So we'll just try the most simplest option, Sherlock, and then the username. Sherlock, and then for us, Miss Firewall. Sherlock slowly goes through multiple websites and check if it's available. After it's finished, here we can see it gave us 46 results back. It searched through hundreds of sites and it found 46 results, 46 social media platforms or platforms in general that have miss.firewall. In here we can see sites like 7 Cups, Airliners, Discord, Reddit, YouTube, Try and Hack Me, which is kind of cool. And then we can also do a full file of usernames because maybe we want to search their friends or their family. And I already made a file so I can show you guys. firewallfam.txt. And I have a bunch of usernames: Miss Firewall, Mr. Firewall, Firewall.fam, Firewall Folder, Firewall Kid. You get the point. To search up multiple usernames in a file, we type Sherlock followed by $, and then in brackets we type cat firewallfam.txt, and then we type --site. I'm not going to go through all the websites, all the usernames, because it's going to be a lot of requests. It's going to take a long time. So I'm going to do --site. I'm going to specify YouTube, because if I go through all, it's going to take a long time. It's going to be too much. And once it's done, we got 16 results back, and we got all the links of their accounts. But obviously, Sherlock just looks up their usernames on different sites and doesn't really give us any information on those sites. But the good news, we have a tool just for that called Maigret. Let me show you guys. And here it is, Maigret. And here it is. And here it is, Maigret. When we scroll down, we see how it is. First, it searches up the username on the site and then gathers information on those sites. To install it is super easy. We just do pip install Maigret. So let's go ahead and copy that, go to our terminal, open a new one, clear this up, make it bigger, and then just run that, pip install Maigret. Then clear it up once again once it's installed, go back to the site, and the usage is super simple. We just type Maigret and then the username. So Maigret. And I'm going to use who am I tang, not Miss Firewall, because someone else might have Miss Firewall, and I don't want to show their information here on the video. So I'm going to use my username, but you get the idea. Who am I tang? After it's done, here we can see it went through 500 sites, and it looks pretty similar to Sherlock. But the difference is that this is way more information rich. For example, here in the GitHub, it found my GitHub. Not only did it find my follower count, 67, my following count, full name. It also found my location, my Germany. I literally live in Germany. And this is super important for investigations, because you don't have to go through each website and look at the information yourself. You can just use Maigret and it extracts all the information itself. Okay, so now you've seen exactly how easy this is to do. How can you make sure it doesn't happen to you? My number one tip is that you just go on Google, type in your name, see what results come up, look at the ones you don't like. If it's one of your social media accounts or your website, just change it or private your social media account. If it's something you don't own, like you won a tournament on a school 3 years ago, you don't want your name being there, just email them or DM them. I'm sure they'll gladly remove it. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Discord, link in the description.